has it there was a clown at Sarah last night. And this shouldn't be surprising because Jacob and Leslie have told us all about how clowns are this new phenomenon. It's all over social media, all over the US, all over Cal Poly. And so I wanted to explore the reasons on why it's become such a big deal in these last 2 months. Through that, I think it comes from the origin of the clown fear itself, and then it turns to it happening now over these last 2 months. But then we examine if these are really fact or if they're fiction of what's happening. So it seems like there's always been an undertone of fear when it comes to clowns, along with their goofy, funny circus selves. And I think this comes from people like John Wayne Gacy, the 1970s serial killer who was dressed as a clown. Also, literature like Stephen King's It is all about a crazy killer clown. So this set the tone that seemed to allow for instances like the very first instance in August in Greenville, South Carolina, as people have spoke about, where kids reported a clown trying to lure them into the forest to a cabin. There was also an instance in Georgia where a clown was supposedly next to a white van and was trying to get people to come into the van. But when we turn to the police and look at what actually happened after these cases were reported, the Greenville case, police inspected the area. They found a path that led to a cabin in the woods. However, no evidence of clown paraphernalia, clowns, or anything like that. In Georgia, police did find a white van. However, there was no clowns, only a driver who was out of gas. Reports like these are all over the internet, all over the news. As New York Times put it, reports have become a contagion. So overall, when we look at what's been happening, all these occurrences, and why it's happening, while it seems like there have been a lot of instances that may or may not have been true, it's been blown out of proportion. So really, is the issue killer clowns, or is it an overreaction of fear? As Halloween is coming up, I would definitely recommend to stay away from clowns, just in case bad things seem to follow them. Also, don't be a clown, just in case bad things happen. And maybe stay clear of Sarah.
Okay, Isabel, how did this go for you?
It went okay. I definitely said just like I did. And I think it was because since I'm nervous and I just have an outline, it changes every time I say it. And then I feel like it's like different every time, so that kind of, I think I just have to get used to that and maybe practice.